Welcome to my channel. I'm Shalaka Deshpande. Okay, so in the previous lecture we studied about the asynchronous and the synchronous inputs. In this lecture we are going to study about the external communication interface. Now what do you mean by this external communication interface? See, there are any embedded systems is having the external communication buses which it uses to communicate with external world. For example, I am communicating to you via speaking. So I am communicating to external world by speaking. Okay. So how does the embedded systems communicate with external world? Via external communication interface. Okay. And these are nothing but the communication buses. Okay. Fine. So before starting with the external communication interface, I would like to tell you what is the half duplex communication and what is the full duplex communication. See, in the half duplex communication, at an instance, only one way communication is possible. That is from transmitter to sender. Only one way communication is possible for transmitter to receiver. Okay. Your telephone line communication on the telephone line is example of the half duplex communication. Okay. And now full duplex communication. In the full duplex communication, there is a two-way transmission at an instant. Means at an instant of time, there is a two-way communication. Means receiver also act as a transmitter and transmitter also act as a receiver. And at the same time, when the transmitter is transmitting signal from transmitter to receiver, that same time it is receiving and transmitting another signal to that device. So two-way communication at an instant is a full duplex communication, bidirectional communication. Okay. So this was about the full duplex and the half duplex communication. Okay. Now we will study about the external communication interface. Now you can see this diagram which I have drawn. This is the DB9 connector. Okay. And what is the full form of RS-232C? Recommended standard number 232 revision C. Okay. Recommended standard number 232 revision C, RS-232 connector. Now this RS-232 connector was developed by Electronics Industries Association in the 1960s. Okay. Now this RS-232C communicate this DB9 connector follows the transmission according to EIA standards. Now what are the EIA standards? See, according to the EIA standards, logic 0, whenever we are communicating, these signals play very important role, logic 0 and logic 1. Okay. So logic 0 is called as a space, logic 1 is called as a mark according to the EIA standard, and logic 0 is represented by the voltage level between plus 3 to plus 25 volt, and logic 1 is represented by the voltage signals between minus 3 and minus 25 volt. Okay. So this is the EIA standard. Fine. And now this our DB9 connector or RS-232C connector is having total 9 pins. Now it supports two types of connectors, DB9 and DB25. In this class we are going to study about the DB9 connector. Now question arises where this DB9 connector is used. See, it is not used much because of the USBs and modern communication techniques. It has pushed down the RS-232, but it is used in the legacy industrial applications. Okay. So one by one we will study the pins of this DB9 connector. There are total 9 pins on the DB9 connector. You can see this diagram. See, it is like this. Even on your PC you have seen a connector. There is a slot which is like this. On your PC also you must have seen, whenever you connect the PC to projector, there is one slot on the olden PCs I am telling, and this slot is for DB9 connector. Okay. Now there are total 9 pins. DB9 connector consists of the 9 pins. Fine. Now we will discuss the pins in detail. Now before discussing the pins, I would like to tell you that whenever there is a communication which involves RS-232C, there are two devices. First device is a data communication equipment and another device is a data terminal equipment. Okay. Now this data terminal equipment and data communication equipment communicates with each other. How? Fine. So the coordination of a communication is done by 7th and 8th pin, that is RTS, request to send, and CTS, clear to send. 7th and 8th pin, RTS and CTS, are responsible for coordinating communication between the data terminal equipment and the data communication equipment. Okay. Now next is RxD and TxD. See, RxD pin of a data terminal equipment is connected to TxD pin of the data communication equipment, and RxD pin of a data communication equipment is connected to TxD of a data terminal equipment, and vice versa. Okay, so whenever we are connecting in such type of asynchronous communication, it is similar to UART. RxD should be connected to TxD of another device, and RxD of that another device should be connected to the TXT of the first device. Okay, inverse. So the proper communication takes place. Fine. Now, as I told, RTS and CTS are responsible for coordinating the communication. What is their role? Now see, as its name suggests, RTS, request to send, is activated when the data terminal equipment is ready to send the data. Data terminal equipment wants to send the data. It is ready to send the data. Then it activates the pin RTS, request to send. Okay, and when this is detected by the data communication equipment and data communication equipment is ready to accept the data communication equipment is ready to accept the data, then it activates clear to send, that is a CTS line. Okay, so in this way the signals are playing the role. Fine. And now next part is whenever the data terminal equipment, reverse process, it now wants to accept the data. It has finished sending the data. Now data terminal equipment wants to accept the data. For accepting the data terminal equipment activates the fourth pin, DTR, data terminal ready. Data terminal ready means what? Fourth pin is activated when the data terminal equipment is ready to accept the data. Fine. And whenever this data communication equipment is ready for establishment of a communication link. See, whenever there is a communication between the two devices, it is very important that wired link should be established. Okay, after establishment of the wired or a wireless link, only the communication takes place. This is the wired communication. Okay, and DCE, when it wants to set the communication link, that is the data communication equipment wants to set the communication link, then it activates the signal DSR, data set ready. Data set ready, sixth pin is activated when the communication link has to be set up. Okay, and one more important thing, that data terminal ready, DTR, pin number 4 should be activated before the activation of the data set ready, that is a pin number 6. Okay, fine. So last I think ground is, everyone knows what is ground. Signal ground. Okay, there is in any device there are two levels. One is a voltage level and another is a ground. Okay, so next is a DCD, first pin, data carrier detect. Data carrier detect pin is used by the data communication equipment. Okay, it is used by the data communication equipment to tell the data terminal equipment that the good quality signal is being received. If the quality of a signal is good, then the DCD pin is activated. That is a pin number 1. Okay, now the last pin is a pin number 9, ring indicator. Ring indicator is a modem specific signal line. Okay, it is related with the whenever I mean to say there is a call on the telephone line, it indicates that there is a call on the telephone line. Okay, so ring indicator is a modem specific signal line. Okay, so now next point is a baud rate. See, baud rate, I have told what is the meant by baud rate in my previous lectures. You can see those uploaded videos. Okay, now the external communication interface supports a baud rate up to 20 kbps. Okay, it supports baud rate up to 20 kbps, and there are devices which can work on the 300 bauds per second. Then they can work on 1800 bauds per second, 2400 bauds per second, 9600 bauds per second, and this 9600 bauds per second is mostly popular in the PC communications. Okay, whenever we are interfacing the PC through DB9 connector, we set the 9600 bauds per second rate. Okay, fine. So I hope that you have understood today's topic. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can put it in the comment section below. And please like, share, subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.